welcome to my lecturer, Dr. Junaida. My name is Nurul Shafika binti Ismail. My metric number is 51778. I would like to present about the question, which is the issue about consideration and a person who make contract of someone is about. There are three several exceptions to this rule provided, such as which agreement made on account of natural love and affection, and the second is an agreement to compensate for a past voluntary act where can be to compensate wholly or in part, and the next is an agreement to pay a settled debt. Based on Section 2D of Contract Acta 1950, state about definition consideration. Okay, the price for which one party to buy the promise or acta of the other. In this section, state about price, which is acta, promise to perform an acta, and assistance. Okay, in this section 2, state about that consideration can move from promisee of any other person. According to case Venkata Chinaya versus Verikataramaya, that state about sister agreed to pay annuity to her brother who provided no consideration for the promisee. But the same day, their mother had given the sister some land, stipulating that she must pay the annuity to her brother. When the sister subsequently failed to fulfill her promise to pay annuity, her brother sued her on the promise. Okay. Lastly, the court ruled that she was liable to promise on the ground that there was valid consideration for the promise, even though it did not move from her brother. In the application, we can look based on Section 26 of Contract Acta 1950. The state about agreement without consideration is forthright. Okay, but there are several exceptions to the general rule of which is subsection B, that is provided an agreement to compensate for a fast voluntary acta where can be to compensate wholly, or agreement to compensate for acta which the promisor was legally compellable to do. So we can look based on Amina and Alia case, in which they promised to provide allowance for his brother 500 monthly, but in the condition their mother transferred some land both to them, in which Amina and Alia failed to fulfill the promise, and Ali sued them for the promise. So, in the conclusion, the contract is valid because both of them have breached the contract by not provided allowance to Ali as promised, and both of them must deliver their promise to Ali since there is a valid contract. Okay, that is evidently about Amina and Alia case, in which both of them delivered to pay allowance to Ali even though their brother did not provide any consideration, and the contract is valid. Okay, in the question 3, the issue is capacity make a contract by person of a sum is a void. In the principle of question 3, we can look from 3 sections based on section 12.1, 12.2, and 12.3. In the section 12.1 of Contract Acta, there is a state about a person is said to be of some mind for the purpose of making a contract if, at the time when he makes it, and he is capable of understanding and forming rational judgment as to its effect or upon his interest. And Section 12.2 state about a person usually suffering from mental disorder made a contract during that period when he is yourself. And lastly, in the section 12.3, they state about a person who is a maid usually of sound mind but occasionally of unsound mind may not make a contract when he's a unsound mind. Okay, according to Imperial Law Co versus Tong case, uh, there is a contract made by person unsound mind is not violable at the person option if the other party to the contract believe at the time he made the contract that that person with whom was dealing was a sound mind. Okay, at the application, we can look from section 12.3 that state about who is usually but occasionally but of unsound mind and may not make a contract when he is of unsound mind. Okay, based on Lily case, Lily sometimes is suffered from mental disorder in which cause her easily to hallucinate and unable to think rationally. And she had entered into an agreement with uh, with one company, and she had set a 10-story office building. And in the conclusion, the contract is void because if if the fact of a mental disorder uh, or intoxication can be proven, and the other party know of her condition. Okay, in the conclusion, there is evidently about capacity that contract might made by Lily as a person of sound mind, and the contract is void. That's all from me. About question 1 is consideration, and question 3 is about capacity person who make a contract of a sound mind. And thank you, and assalamualaikum.